Hey guys, what's up? I couldn't let Aliens Colonial Marines be the only game I ripped apart on my retrospective playlist. So, one of the first games to really disappoint me
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
is this one. This game was so terrible. So terrible. I don't know if I can actually put into words how terrible this game is. Mind you, you got to keep in mind when Jurassic Park came out, I think I was like 12, and it was just incredible to have these lifelike dinosaurs on a movie screen and to be able to experience that when CG wasn't CG wasn't known for that type of visual, like something looking lifelike and real. And I think a lot of people my age, it just like blew their imaginations. And and I was a dinosaur nerd when I was a kid. Most boys are. And I quickly read the book, and I mean, I grabbed everything I could that involved dinosaurs, um, and then and Jurassic Park. I read the Michael Crichton novel, had the movie, and all that. So when a game was announced and there was going to be a game coming out, it was like, hell yeah. And I had a Super Nintendo, and I begged and pleaded for uh, this game, and it came out, and I was so excited. I got it home. I opened it up. I stuck it in my NES, and I started running around, and it sucked. Even then, I could tell that this was a disaster. It sucked so hard. Um, and it was just bad. You had to run around collecting eggs and complete objectives and find key cards and get to the chopper and all this other stuff that sort of was reminiscent of the book. And you had, or in the movie, you had weapons. Then there was annoying shit like that would block half the screen. You had the bola, you had a rocket launcher, a shotgun, your cattle. Well, it was supposed to be a cattle prod, and you had tranquilizer darts, and it was like, what is this? Now, on the upside, you did have unlimited continues, and I will say the music was pretty good. There was a couple decent tunes in the song, in the movie or in the game, but that's about it. Now, you did have there was some sequences that were kind of cool. You had these first-person sequence or sections whenever you entered a building like a maintenance shed or the visitor center, and it was kind of cool. But man, I'll tell you what, I don't know how I made it through there then because going back to try to replay some of these parts for footage, it was like, holy shit, this is hard. I'm sure a lot of it has to do with how my brain is now hardwired for FPS games now. You know, um, I had a similar problem trying to replay Doom. I kept wanting to aim with my right stick, and that's just not how Doom worked. But it was kind of neat because back then, you didn't have a whole lot of things like this. Yeah, I mean, I think you had Wolfenstein 3D, the original Doom. But if you didn't have a if you weren't a PC player and didn't have those shareware titles, you just basically this was I think like your first weird first person attempt at 3D shooting and corridor crawling, but it was so bad. Um, it sort of worked in the essence that you could walk and shoot and sort of kill things, but I mean, you didn't have a map. You could get lost real easy, and all the rooms basically looked alike. It was. I must have had a lot more patience when I was a child. That's all I'm going to say about the first-person corridor sections. because I was quickly losing my patience here. In fact, at some point in this footage, I basically decided, fuck that, I got enough footage, I'm out. So, but the game, it was kind of cool because you could explore. You basically could go anywhere once when you were outside, um, as long as you didn't get murdered by a dinosaur while that dumbass text was popping up. And mind you, it's not like the first time you encounter a certain area that text pops up. If you die and you come back to that area, that text will come back every single time. Case in point. See, watch out. They're territorial. Oh, and in case you forgot, they're territorial. Stay out of their way. You can't see them, but stay out of their way. Oh, and everything hurts you. The vines hurt you. There's floor grates on the top of some buildings. They hurt you. Bugs hurt you. Everything hurts you. So anyways, you go through the game, you have to collect 18 eggs, I believe it is. Also, there's letters spread throughout the park for some reason. I'm not sure what the letters are for. But you have to go through, you collect 18 eggs, you complete certain objectives like restoring power, a couple other things. And then you have to get to a helicopter. I think. I've never completed the game. And here's why. There's no save system. Because some jerkhole fucktwat decided that this game did not need a save system for whatever reason. So many people, myself, a friend of mine that I went to high school with, who told me years later when we were discussing shit that angered us during our childhood, had the same experience. We played the game and got called over for dinner or whatever, And so since you wanted to beat it, instead of shutting it off, you pause it, you go eat dinner, you come back, and your fucking console froze. I kid you not, I spent probably a month when this game came out trying to beat it. And this game infuriated me so bad, I smashed and then Super NES controller. But those things were built tough, so it still worked. But I never, at that point in time, experienced a game that just crushed every expectation I had for a game. And not only that, was so fucking ass backwards and stupid in how it was designed that it made me want to find the people that developed them and like just punch them in the throat, Neo style. And little did I know this was just going to be the first of many letdowns over the course of my gaming habit. But this game was the first one that just like reached into my chest all Kano style and ripped my fucking heart out while it was still beating and just stomped on it and shit on it and fucking it was bad. I mean, I if you didn't play this game, go download an SNES emulator and download Jurassic Park and play it because you will probably appreciate some games a little bit more in the fact that they don't suck nearly as much ass as this game does. Because this game sucks a large amount of ass. And don't get me wrong, there were some brief redeeming qualities about. Nah, I don't even want to say redeeming. Like I said earlier, the music was kind of cool. There was a couple good tracks. The exploration was kind of a neat thing, at the time. Kind of had a. Nope, I'm not making that comparison because it doesn't deserve that comparison. But it had like a nice open go anywhere feel when you were in the, I guess, overworld. I guess you could consider the park the overworld and the utility sheds and the visitor center the dungeons, maybe. I don't know. It had all the dinosaurs from the movie. It had a lot of dinosaurs that were not in the movie that actually ended up in the book, or that were in the book. I shouldn't say ended up in the book. Book was first, but I mean you had your main enemy dinosaurs were the Velociraptors and the Dilophosaurus. You had the Compies, you had the Pachyes, you had a Triceratops, and you had the T-Rex, which was not memorable in the least. I think there's like 3 different areas in the park he can spawn, and you can't do anything. You shoot him with your tranquilizer darts and hope he runs away. And like the Triceratops, this is the extent of your encounter with the Triceratops. Dodge out, move out of the way, sidestep it so it doesn't flatten you like it did earlier in the video. That's your whole encounter with the Triceratops right there. And for some reason, in the book, I think there was 8 bred raptors, and granted, the raptors were the first ones to escape and reproduce in the wild. But there's no way there was as many fucking raptors in the book as there are in this game, because they're everywhere. So, for as many things as people like to complain about with the Telltale Jurassic Park game, which and it wasn't a perfect game by any stretch of the imagination, it wasn't this. I can say that. Uh, it, I can replay that one and not want to swallow my tongue. And but this one is one big pile of shit. Oh, and just because it's not Jurassic Park without a T-Rex, here you go. So, anyways, just to wrap this up, I ran out of footage too without repeating things, so bear with me here with this static image of the box art, which I didn't know you could use the Super NES mouse, by the way, until now. God. But anyways, terrible controls, no save system, uh, shitty first-person corridor sequences with bad combat, and weird ass exploration. And I don't even want to say the game was difficult. It was just shitty controls and everything else, and a lack of really a solid core foundation that, based on the movie, other than the fact that it had dinosaurs and Alan Grant, some other characters. It was Jurassic Park for the SNES was just a terrible, terrible, terrible game. And but thankfully, after we moved when I was a kid, my neighbors had a Genesis, and I got to play the much better Sega Genesis Jurassic Park game, where you could be either Grant or the Velociraptor, and running around as a Velociraptor was fucking awesome. But at any rate, as far as this game goes,
That is one big pile of shit.
couldn't have said it better. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.